Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to do a 30 minutes class that's focused on hip opening. So today I have a block. For those who have a block, I'll show you a couple things you can do if you're more of a beginner. You can use a block, but it's not necessary. You can do all the postures without it anyway. So we'll just need your mat, and we'll go ahead and sit down and start off with a few deep breaths. So you can cross your legs or sit back on your heels, whichever is more comfortable for you. And start by closing your eyes, bring your hands down on your knees. Straighten your back, nice and elongated up towards the sky. We're going to start breathing in and out through our nose, finding our focus. Inhale deeply. And exhale nice and slow through the nose. Inhale again. Exhale. Take this moment to find your breath. Keep on breathing. Bring your attention inside of you. Focusing on any areas that feel tight this morning. Also just being aware of how you feel. If you think you have to take it easier today, if you have a lot of energy, and just being conscious of that state as we start the session. If there's any thoughts coming, just let them go as they come without any judgment. And remind yourself that you're just sitting and breathing. Wonderful. And with the next inhale, we're going to slowly blink our eyes open and start moving our body slowly. So with the big inhale, you're going to reach up with your right arm and exhale towards your left side. Bring your hand towards the ground. Your sitting bones are still on the ground. Look under your armpits. And come back to center. Inhale, change. Reach up with your left hand and fold over to your right side. So it's okay if your arm is not touching the ground. Take it as far as you can without hurting yourself. And exchange again. Inhale with the right arm and fold over to your left side. And this time, we're going to start making a half circle. So you're going to twirl over to the front. So bring your hands down to the ground and over in front of you. Your head is down towards the ground, and just tiptoe your fingers over to the other side so you can really feel that stretch all over your back, your lower body. And then same thing here as we were on the side. Bring your arm over your ear, stretch to the side, and come back down. Bring both hands to the ground, stretch them out in front of you, and walk over to the other side. When you reach that side, bring your arm up over your ear. And same thing here. So we're just doing some little half circles with our hands. Remember to integrate your breath in the movement. And this time we're going to come to the center, extend our arms out in front of us, and try to reach our forehead to the ground. Obviously, if it's not touching, it's perfectly normal. We're just warming up here. You can always be on the tips of your fingers. You don't have to have your hands flat on the ground. And breathe nice and deep here. Slowly, we're going to come back up. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself back up. And we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So open up your knees nice and wide to the sides and have your toes touching behind so you can take as wide as you need and sit back onto your heels. Bring your arms stretched out in front of you and your forehead to the ground. So we're warming up that hip area and stretching out the back, lower back. So it might feel a little bit tight now. You're still waking up. Just really try to make that exhale nice and long as you settle into the posture. Great. And we're going to come back up. So push into your hands and knees. Then we're going to come to standing. We're going to start warming up those joints. So come onto your left foot and your right foot comes off the ground. And we're going to make circles with our knee here. So we're lubricating the hip joints. So also working on our balance. Find yourself a point of focus to do this. And reverse the circle the other way. And come to stable, and this time just move your foot. So we're getting that knee warmed up, the ankle a little bit, making nice and wide circles. And the other way. And bring that foot back down to the ground. This time, the left foot comes off the ground. Same thing, you can put your hands on your hips if you don't know what to do with your hands and make some nice circles here. And the other way. And this time, start moving your foot in circles. Also integrate the ankle into the movement. And the other way. One side may feel a little bit more wobbly than the other. And release both feet to the ground. Give yourself a little shake out if that was a little bit intense on the legs. And open up your legs nice and wide. The feet are slightly open to the sides. And we're going to start squatting from one side to the other. So we're going to start squatting to the right side. So bend into your knee, send your hips back so that your knee is over your ankle, and bring your fingers to the ground so as a support. Not too deep for now, and then switch over to the other side. So your foot is entirely on the floor. You're not just on the ball of the foot. And if the other foot comes off the ground, the one with the leg that's extended, that's perfectly normal. Really use those hands for now as a support. And just go a little bit deeper each time. Inhale as you come up in the middle, and exhale as you bend into the leg. So the glutes are working a lot also as you push up. And the next time that you come down, bend into that leg, bring your hands up off the ground and really sit into the squat. Same thing here, make sure you're not hurting your knee, don't take it too far. If you need to, you can always use a block to prop yourself onto. It'll feel a little bit less intense. Once you're here, you're gonna open up your arms. So your right, well, if you're on the right side, your right arm is gonna press into that bent leg, open up, and send the other arm up towards the ceiling and look up towards that hand. Remember not to bring any tension into your shoulders. So that should bring also a nice opening in the lower back. And come back, and we're gonna switch over to the other side. So bring yourself up, same thing here, you can use your hands or not if you feel strong enough, and bend into the other leg. Now you have the same option of using the block under your bum here if you need to, otherwise settle into the squat and press with your arm against the bent leg. Open your arms, have one hand down to the ground and the other up towards the sky, and look up towards that hand. Breathe here. If it's too intense, come out of the posture. And come back. And come up to center so both legs are straight. Bring your hands on your hips and bring yourself back up. We're going to close our legs a little bit. So they're just a little bit wider than hips distance. Not so much, and the toes are facing the front of the mat. Bring your hands in prayer. We're going to squat down into Malasana. So slowly squat down into the posture. Your back is straight. Look out in front of you. And slowly bring yourself into that squat. Same option here with the block. If you need to, you can sit on your block. You can even bring it up a little bit higher if it's too low. Otherwise, bring yourself down and your elbows are pushing into your knees and your glutes are activated. So really getting that opening, chest is open, and you can sway a little bit side to side. So try to bring your attention down to the hips area and the lower back area. How does that feel? And bring it to stable, to center. Engage here. And close your eyes just for a second. Wonderful. And we're going to press back up to standing. With an exhale, push yourself back up. There we go. And we're going to take just a couple sun salutations, making sure the whole body is nice and warm. So come to the front of the mat, bring your feet and legs together. Stand up tall. Inhale, exhale your hands in prayer. Inhale, shoot your hands up to the sky, slightly bend your knees, look back. Exhale, bend your legs, look forward. Uttanasana, release your hands to the ground. Inhale, your right foot to the back of the mat, knee comes to the ground. Look out in front of you. Make a plank here, press into your hands, straight back. Exhale, knee, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, bring your chest forward, press your arms to your sides, shoulders are down and away from the ears. Exhale to downward facing dog, so push into your hands and your feet and send your hips up to the sky. If you need to, you can walk the dog, so bend your right and left leg. And waking up the hamstrings a little bit more. Remember to keep those shoulders away from your ears, so externally rotate them. And trying to send your sitting bones up to the sky as you come to the stable, so both legs are trying to straighten and bringing those heels to the ground. And with the next inhale, bring your right foot back to the front of the mat, the other knee's on the ground. Exhale, the other foot to the front. And inhale, roll yourself back up. Extend your arms to the sky. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Inhale, your hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Release your neck when you reach down. Inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat. And hold, make a plank. Press into your hands. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Lightly look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stay here, take a couple deep breaths. The next thing, you're going to bring your right foot towards the middle of the mat, so still on the ground, but more centered. And extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your leg and open your hip to the side. Take it lightly. Remember to have your arms straight. So your left foot is opening up towards your right side. Remember to have your shoulders facing the ground still, so you're not really twisting up towards the side. Inhale, push into your foot in the ground and in your feet and bring that foot towards the front of the mat. We're coming into low lunge, so the back knee comes to the ground. Bring your chest up and sink your hips into the ground. So your hips are going down and forwards. And let yourself sink down into it. Feel that groin and the hip flexors stretching out gradually. And the next exhale, bring both hands to the ground inside the front foot. So you can stay here. If that's too intense, once again, you can bring your hands onto the block, prop yourself up if it's a little bit too much. You can stay here, and also you can tuck your back toes in and bring your knee knee off the ground. This will allow you to bring a little bit of movement into the posture, so going forward and back. Until you find that comfortable point, comfortable area. If that's too much on your wrists, you can come down on your forearms, but it'll be a bit more intense in your hips. And when you're here, make sure you're letting your hips sink into the ground, not your head into your shoulders. You're not relaxing the shoulders entirely. So you look down to the ground in front of you and let those hips sink down. Beautiful. Come back up onto your hands. If it's not the case, bring your other hand out to the outside and we're going to stretch that front leg out in front of you and come onto the heel. So flex the foot and slowly fold forward onto that leg. Feel that nice stretch in the back of the leg. Bring your hands forward if they're touching the ground. So imagine you're sending your right hip sitting bone towards the back of the mat, and the left one, sorry, and the right one towards the front. So you have this movement that's pulling back lightly, so you can really feel that stretch. Nice. Come back up. We're going to reverse. We're going to come to the other side. So push yourself back into downward facing dog. Push into hands and feet. Hips come up. This time center your left foot towards the middle of the mat. And extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. And when you reach up there, bend your leg so you open up your hip towards the left side. So your right foot is coming towards the left side. Have your arms straight and shoulders facing the mat. Wonderful. Inhale and come back to center and bring your foot in between your hands, coming to a low lunge on the other side. So the knee comes to the ground and push yourself up. So bring your hands on your front leg and sink down into it. Let those hips fall down towards the ground. Still, your chest is nice and open, so the lower back is engaged enough so that you don't fall forward here. And as you're here, take the time to take a big inhale, exhale. Really allowing to make sure you're not holding onto tension, being your shoulders, anywhere, just relax and surrender to the posture. Wonderful. Now bring your hands down to the ground, to the inside of your front foot. You can stay here or tuck your back toes in, bring that knee off the ground and sway a little bit front and back. Still really pushing into those front hands. And if you want to, if that's too intense, stay here. Same thing, you can always put the block. I forgot to mention that on this side it's the same. Otherwise, you can come onto your forearms and let yourself sink down a little bit further. So don't let your leg open too much to the side, the one that's bent. Try to keep it rather close to your shoulder. Wonderful. And push yourself back up. Bring your right hand out to the outside of that foot. Bring the foot to center and extend your leg out to the front. Come onto the heel of that front foot. And fold forward onto your leg, trying to send that right sitting bone back. If your leg is not entirely straight, it's okay also. Flexing that foot. So be patient with your body. And if one day feels tighter than the other, that's also normal. What's important is that you're giving it the time, giving your body the time, and you're not frustrating yourself on the results. And come back, bring that knee back. And we're going to come lying on our back. Bring both knees in. Sway a little bit side to side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And we're going to take a little happy baby to finish off. That's always a nice posture to finish off a hip opening class. So bend your legs and have your feet up towards the sky. Your feet are flexed. And take your feet with your hands from the outside. Look up towards the ceiling, and your entire back is on the ground. So you're not lifting your hips up off the ground. And you're just lightly pressing your feet down towards you with your legs still bent. Your shoulders are also down. Remember, you're pulling towards you with your hands, not with your shoulders. Wonderful. And release that. Still having your legs are still bent, so bring that in your chest, and we're going to take a light twist to finish off. So bring those legs in towards your chest, open up your arms to the sides, and let your legs fall over to your left side. And bring those knees are still high up towards your chest, and look over to your right side. Inhale, come back to center, bring your legs back to center, and this time let them drop over to your right side. Knees are still high up, and look over to your left side. Release your neck, your head is falling over naturally. Good. Inhale, bring your legs back to center, extend them out to the ground. We're going to take a short shavasana before we go on to our daily activities. Open up those legs, open up your arms. Bring your chin slightly in to really extend your spine. And breathe nice and deep here. So it's always tempting to finish a class and go on immediately doing other things, but it's important to take at least a couple minutes to breathe in Shavasana. As you breathe in, fill up your stomach and then your lungs. And as you exhale, same way as the air comes in, it comes out through the stomach and then the lungs like a wave. So just imagine a wave coming in and out. And as it washes in and out, it just takes all of your tensions and worries. If you have anything still bothering you, it just washes away into the ocean. And we're going to slowly come back to our body. Take a big inhale. And slowly give yourself a nice stretch out if you feel like it. Roll over to one side. And when you're ready, join me back into sitting. Here, we're going to finish off with 3 Oms, universal mantra. So you can bring your hands in prayer, close your eyes, take a big inhale. Inhale. And last time. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. I hope you enjoy the class. Please feel free to like the class if you enjoyed it and leave in comments. And I will see you very soon for the next class.